as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand.
Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King, and once again we're recording the show from the Exhibition Centre here in the heart of Marbella. I can't encourage you guys enough to pop in and check this place out. When there are events, they have some great events, and it's also a great venue for you to put on events. Plus in the Foreigners Office upstairs, you can do business meetings. There's a lot going on, but you need to pop in. Too often we just drive by and don't even know that it's here. Somebody who cannot go by not knowing that they're here is a lady who always has her pulse on Marbella, and that is Kristina Szekely. Welcome back, Kristina.
Thank you.
Long time no see. Not even on Zoom, I mean, just not seen you.
I don't know, I'm so busy. Can you imagine that?
Yes,
I'm so busy?
Yes, I know you. I can imagine.
I don't know myself, but last night I finished at 2 in the morning.
You have your hand in everything. You're the woman who, you work, you have one of the most prestigious and longest standing real estate companies in Marbella, but you always are personally involved. And I think that is the secret to your success, plus your face being your logo. I mean, you were that American approach to sales was what you brought to Marbella.
I think it was like 30 years ago, and I started putting up photos and my name, and I sort of asked friends, what do you think? And I realized it was the American influence, and actually everything we do is the American influence. It's incredible, but everything we're doing in business, I think they started a long time ago.
The way I see it is that America does something, 5 years later it kind of catches on in the UK, and then 5 years later it comes to Spain.
So you mean I'm doing like in
so
the UK?
You're cutting out 10 years. In fact, I think it was, if I'm not wrong, when we've chatted in the past, through real estate, brought air conditioning to Spain, because no one had air conditioning in apartments here.
Oh, it was very interesting. Every little detail in the construction that they've been doing, I thought, well, you know, is it necessary? When they started doing alarms, there was just absolutely no reason. I used to leave my keys on my door, my keys on my car. There was no reason for even having alarm. When they started having gatekeepers, why are they having gatekeepers? And really, the real estate advanced before the necessity, and then it became norm.
But the tourism, I think, that foreign buyer was expecting things in the new builds that obviously Spain wasn't offering at the time. So it's kind of interesting that Mario Bravo commented that often just our conversation creates the circumstances, and things happen because
you start pressing buttons and things happen.
And
that's
things
wonderful.
Happen. They were far more instrumental.
All the domotic systems and the bathrooms in special. I think bathrooms are superior to most European countries in Spain, because we are the latest construction, so we have the latest innovations. And I think the big brands, you know, they have really advanced on design, and to have a nice bathroom now is really a big happening, and builders are doing big happenings, beautiful bathrooms, and the same with the kitchens, don't you think?
I do. I mean, like,
they're doing amazingly beautiful surfaces. You want to touch it, and it's like silk.
And also, we want the kitchens as part of the living space. That's a big difference from
I'm
before.
Not sure
lots
I like
of different
that
rooms.
so much, because the new open kitchen is the way that people like it, and it's probably because they have less help. I still like the old ways where you have a help, and not necessarily do you want them in the living room all the time.
That depends on your level. It depends on your style of living, of course, but on the Costa also. Yes, there are those that want the kitchen and the maid's rooms out of the way, and then there's the mere mortals like myself.
But I think that when I see a closed kitchen, I think also for the smell of the food, and you know, if you're doing something with garlic, or if you're doing, and then the whole house smells of it. So I have different ideas on open kitchen, but I do realize that a lot of the kitchens are making the living room much nicer, because they make it more spacious in the apartments and in the villas. And there's some of the big villas, the open kitchen is so far away that it's absolutely no disturbance at all, and they're just, you know, like pieces of art today. It's fantastic what they're doing.
Talking about home help, different lifestyles, one of the things I've always loved in Spain, of all levels of apartments, is having the consejero, having that doorman. It's such a lovely Spanish thing that apartment blocks have the conserje there and the one who receives the packages. It makes it all very
You try and
prim
have that in
proper.
Madrid. There are very few buildings in Madrid that have it.
But it used to be like
And
everyone
every
had
building
that.
used to have it, and now, you know, people are cutting down on expenses, and they have this video. You can see who's coming in. So different ways. But I like you. I like that there should be a porter in the house that says good morning when you go out. It's just nice.
It really is nice. With the current situation, you opened your new offices in Ricardo Soriano weeks, months before the lockdown. It must be very challenging not to have people coming when you largely attract to the tourist or the foreign investor. But knowing you and your website presence, you've probably not skipped a beat and just given it extra zoom in that respect.
I wonder if I should change the name. It's so difficult. It's 5 letters. The website is KSSIR, but I always make sure that people understand it, because they think, oh, is it KFF? And no, I said, no, it's KSSIR.
Kristina Szekely, Sotheby's International Realty.
That's it. Well done. Anyway, do you remember we always used to repeat my phone number? And even today, if somebody rings up, there's always somebody answering on the phone and always giving information. So we love this 7 day a week. And now it's not so interesting, because Puerto Banús at the moment is very exciting as a place, but because of the situation. So I think now we're doing sort of, but we always have somebody answering.
Have you seen people making like panic rushes to sell?
I thought to buy.
Well, I
Not
mean,
to sell,
well,
to
as I
buy.
say, people would think that now there's a lot of talk of Brexit, the Brits going back to the UK or not. I don't know. I'm really excited to get your input. That people are selling, because obviously, what's going to happen if there's no tourism? What is your feedback? I mean, you've got your
I
hands
must
so
tell
in there.
you that I'm like this, and I just go for it. I try not to listen to the news as I wake up, because it's depressing. So I put it on 5 minutes just to hear, and because it's on every channel all day long, so I don't have to have it for a very long time, and I can do it anytime, just so I keep up with what's going on. But truly, I think it depends on your mentality, on your personality. Mine is always very optimistic. I know we're going through the most difficult time of our lives, because the unknown is always the most difficult. But I believe that once the vaccine becomes a daily happening, and they don't just show the shots being done, you don't need to show it anymore, because everybody has seen it. And once the vaccine gets going in a norm that everybody is relaxed and happy, things will get back to normal within a very short period of time. And we know that it's not permanent, and it's just a matter of, can we sit it out? Can we work it out financially? How much help does the government give, so everybody just manages to survive this situation? And personally, I'm very optimistic, and there are people with money, and the people with money at these times are taking advantage of the bad situation of many.
But I haven't seen any major discounts in prices of the higher range properties. I mean, they don't seem to see that from the outsider's perspective. I don't know from your professional point
Some
of view.
people have even put the prices up, but that's the very, very, very sought after, the most expensive, the best position. They're always in demand.
I mean, if you've got to be in lockdown or restricted in an area like Marbella, it has to be the preferable option.
Absolutely. You know, there are so many people that I've known for years. An Italian friend from Madrid, he says, I want to come to live in Marbella. I can't stand being in an apartment anymore. I want to be in the open air. I want to have a villa. The climate is so much better down there. You know, we can do everything over the internet now. Why So I'm coming down in end of February. I'm coming down. So he's just one example, and I have a list of people that I'm waiting to come, not just to look, to actually buy, but they need to see what they are going to buy. Most of them, we do sometimes this video conference at the same time as the client is on the phone, and look at the kitchen and look at this and look at that, but they never see a complete picture, and they like to actually touch and feel.
You get the feel of the building.
And see. And so we are very ready for the new clients that are waiting. Unfortunately, many of the countries will not let their clients or their nations out. So unless they have a very specific reason, well, I think I'm a good reason, and that should be known, and they can write that I have to buy a house tomorrow. But it doesn't always work, so I'm very patient.
You are very patient, and really, when you think about it, how many crises you've sat through, that you've been patient through since you started.
The last one I thought was a tsunami. This one I cannot give it a name because it is the unknown, and the unknown is the worst part for how long. But I'm very confident that by the midsummer we're going to be enjoying outdoor life like normal, with sitting on the terraces and enjoying our luncheons, and some places already are doing it. Some places will be locked down not to do it, but I think we're just going through the worst period maybe for the next couple of weeks, and we'll be good after.
I like your style and I like your philosophy. Don't go away, we're chatting with Kristina Szekely if you've just tuned in, and she'll be back after the break. And you'll enjoy the break because some very cool cartoons and messages from our sponsors and our Zero Hero partners. Don't go away.
Sometimes it's nice to just get lost in the moment without a care in the world.
However, if something does come up and you find you're actually lost, it's also nice to know that you can call Linear Director to come and find you. Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 to see how they can better your life too.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a Zero Hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign, and we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
Our welcome Zero Heroes. Come and visit us.
G-Wine is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? G-Wine.
Thank you.
That's
Clara
okay.
are proud to present Zero to Hero. Never drink and drive.
McNulty's is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
Out of bounds, Zero Hero partners.
Here we are, sticker going on. Delighted to welcome everybody and to be part of the Zero Hero campaign. Delighted.
Zero Hero, welcome here. At the Gaucho de Barons.
I'm chatting with Kristina Szekely, who has undoubtedly one of the most well-known faces on the Costa del Sol, but no longer just the Costa del Sol, with 140 plus nationalities registered on the town centres and countless more that come and visit. Kristina, that face of yours travels worldwide. Do you ever stop and ask for an autograph?
It's rare, but when sometimes when I give my calendars, you remember the calendars with the paintings of my husband, Antonio Cienfuegos? Whenever I give one out, occasionally somebody says, please sign it. But that's more as a memory of
A personal touch.
But no, you know, the interesting part is people say, I know you, I just can't remember where we met last time. That happens a lot. That must happen with you as well.
It does. People aren't sure. I remember when I was on La Voz, the first edition of the Spanish The Voice, with my friend Manuel Lemon. It was so funny because I arrived then after I was in Marbella, and people would say to me, I know you, but I don't know from where.
Yeah.
But they're watching me on Telecinco and Cuatro and God knows what else, but you can't place
That happens with me, like Marbella TV, but I've also been lucky that Spanish TV, Callejeros and España Directo, Andalucía Directo, Canal Sur, they've made a lot of reports about houses. And you know what I do different from most people? They ring up at 6 in the afternoon and they say, do you think we can do filming tomorrow at 9 of a big house? And I say, of course. And so they know they always get something to film which is outstanding, particularly spectacular.
But also,
I don't think
apart
you haven't asked me to film a house.
we've did a lot of houses, if you remember, a couple of years back.
I think
We went up every single week.
I think we need to do
We
some
could
new ones.
definitely do some more. I am not against going to look around some of the beautiful houses, the ones that don't need to have the open plan kitchen, those ones that have the staff and the kitchen well hidden at the back with the servants' quarters. But
No,
we should
you're
definitely do that.
misunderstanding. It's not the servant we want out the way, it's just the
cooking smells.
It's just the cleanliness of
Yes.
it.
Yes, it was just my English humour. Just
I know.
But it is nice. I think not only do they call you because of the calibre of houses you represent, but also you travel consistently. You are always either going to the offices in Madrid, you travel to all the Sotheby annual meetings, obviously when
All this
restrictions
is
permit.
now, it's like history. We need to start again. I haven't been traveling now for about 8 or 10 months. I don't think, I have not been in Madrid. But the office in Madrid is no longer under my responsibility. I have still...
But it gives you an insight where I'm going is to the market on a much bigger scale
on
than
an
someone who
international
just is
scale.
in Marbella. 'Cause
The international,
it's like a fish pond.
absolutely.
It's like a fish bowl. And when you go out, it's amazing how differently we look back at how tiny we are.
Yeah, no. But we are tiny, but we are like a big city in a resort. We have everything that you could dream of, we have here in Marbella. And actually, the more I travel, the more I want to see, is it something we're missing out on? Is there something the other side of the grass that's greener? Isn't that how you say it? Of
Exactly.
the fence that's greener? And truly, this is the best place. And it takes people years to travel, including myself, and they come back with the same reply. Marbella is the best. Why is it the best? Because it's so cosmopolitan. And I think people love to meet traditions from other countries. How do they do things? What do they eat? What do they do? How do they wake up? What hours do they spend working? What hours do they spend whatever? So, you know, it's different ways of life. And people like to find out. And this is a place where you can meet anybody on any level. And I have not seen that in any other country. They're all restricted with their private clubs like in England, or they don't mix because it's not the thing to do. Or, you know, they're more restricted for education the way they've had it. It's just different. And this is so open, it's so beautiful. It's so much love here within people. They all want the same. They all want to enjoy living here, and they all give their best, and it's a fantastic place to live. And now I haven't traveled so much, but I will of course start as soon as everybody invites.
Starts inviting you out again, you can go.
Yes.
I think a nice thing for you also to sell real estate in Marbella is Marbella itself is 27 kilometers long across the coastline, and the properties and facilities and even the beaches are so different in Cabapino, Elveria than they are in Guadalmina.
I must tell you that the east side is a promising side to grow into a more consolidated and upgrading it. Why? Because there are the new hotels going in, the Four Seasons Hotel. There is another mega hotel, 5-star, that they are bringing in on the beach side. The W is being brought in, and the international brands are wanting to come. They are in the middle of negotiation. I think that the big brands from the Far East are coming here as well.
And none of that is on hold with the present situation?
Well, I
Everything
think
seems to be going
at
forward?
the moment we like the business not just on the residential, we also do the commercial, and we have demand for hotels you can't imagine. And there are some that we can offer even in Marbella that are exciting. So it's the time that some people want to change. They may have had a place for 20, 30 years and it's time to change. And some people want to get in new. And Marbella has a big future because there are the big investors are the ones that are doing things right now. And they want to improve and bring in new ideas and, you know, import what they are doing in their own country and bring the best people here. I think Dubai managed to do it in a short period of time. Abu Dhabi are doing many things, the Emirates, you know, and they are bringing in the best. And I think the same thing is happening to Marbella. The big investors still find this much cheaper than if they were to go to the south of France or Italy or Greece, and it's easy communication and you don't have to go so far, a couple of hours plane and you're here. So I think that Marbella has the biggest future that you can expect, and I think it'll start in a few months. In the meantime, those of you that have money and want to spend it today, and those of you that may have to sell today because they don't have the time to sit it out and wait, there are some opportunities in the residential which can be very exciting. I have one villa at the moment which has a valuation 8 months ago, which is recent, through the COVID time, and it was for 6.7, and we can sell this villa today. I got this offer yesterday at 2.5 million.
Wow, that's a big difference.
It has a big size land, and it has a house 700-800 meters with an enormous swimming pool. Maybe you would like to upgrade it because the house is over 20 years old, which I'm sure that you want to do some changes. But what is different with the old houses to the new ones, space is bigger. So whereas space is very expensive and it's the most expensive commodity in real estate, in the older houses you had bigger bedrooms, bigger bathrooms, not as modern, but big size, big terraces. So those people that have some ideas on reforming are reforming it into modern houses and selling it on with a profit. And there are some companies that specialize on buying older places to do up, and some newcomers want to do like them. So there is actually a big movement in the market today for the better properties.
Are there more rentals? Are people taking apartments now without the tourists coming in that are doing those expensive short rents? Are you seeing more properties going to long-term rents?
Short rental at the moment is out. It's just non-existent. I mean, it's very rare that somebody says, I'd like to come for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. At the moment is long-term. We do long-term rentals. And, you know, families suddenly are moving away from their parents. They need new homes, and people who are working, they need to change because they've been put around in different areas like bankers and architects and lawyers. So there is always movement, and we are active. And I have this special paper that I can actually move around, and I can show you a place. I think in France they don't allow you to show places. They don't allow you to get in to the apartments today. We can at the moment.
Well, it's nice to see that, as always, your attitude is so positive, always things going in the right direction, and always very...
Well, let me tell you, it's not easy at the moment. I don't want to paint it roses, but there are many people out there looking for the opportunity. They can just give me a call. I'm there, and people who want to sell their houses, they ask me particularly to go and visit them, and I'm happy to do it. Yesterday I was very pleased because a friend that I've known for 30 years, she called me up and said, oh, mother needs to sell. You know, we lost our father, a partner, and it's a house in Marbella. It needs doing up, but it's a super place. So we are getting places that maybe we wouldn't get other times, and people would just do it up themselves, whereas now we're getting them for sale for whatever reason.
Fortunately, every adversity does produce some opportunities, and if there are any opportunities, you can bet your bottom dollar Kristina Szekely is going to know how to take advantage of it. Kristina, thank you for your time.
I think not taking advantage, it's just...
making the most of it is
the
really
present time is the most important, and that's the one we have to try and do our best on. And if you want to give me a ring, do you still know my number?
No. No, you better go for it.
It's been some time, Nicole. 952-814040, or the old number, 952-810102. And of course our website is there, and that you know very well.
KSSIR.com.
Yes.
50%.
And I'm very happy to, to receive everybody. And of course it's a little more complicated how to receive, where to receive, but I can go to their homes and do the work from there, and we're finding ways.
Life is continuing in Marbella now. Thank you, Kristina.
Thank you very much.
Do come and check out what's going on in the exhibition centre. It really is a great place, and also the foreigner department is inside upstairs. Well, that's it for today's programme. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. In the meanwhile, take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, y hasta mañana.
If we try, just believe.